as I'm recording this, this is just fresh off the wire from the source himself, Donald J. Trump, a.k.a. Flamin' White Hot Cheeto Head. If a player wants the privilege of making millions of dollars in the NFL or other leagues, he or she should not be allowed to disrespect a great American flag or country and should stand for the national anthem. If not, you're fired. Find something else to do. Of course, I'm assuming that's a response to the growing criticism from most talking heads and many other athletes, including LeBron James, who earlier today on Twitter said, "You bum," referring to Trump. Stephen Curry, 30, already said that he's not going. So therefore, there's no invite. Going to the White House was a great honor until you showed up. Can't say I disagree with LeBron James. You know, can't say I disagree. And that was, of course, a response to the fact that Donald Trump had supposedly sent an invite to the Golden State Warriors. Of course, every year after the championship, the NBA champions are invited to the White House. But supposedly, Stephen Curry and other NBA players on that team, Kevin Durant, were hesitating and debating about whether or not they should go. And Trump, reportedly hearing about this hesitation, supposedly removed the invite. Going on Twitter saying, going to the White House is considered a great honor for a championship team. Stephen Curry is hesitating. Therefore, invitation is withdrawn. This motherfucker really thinks he's the shit, man. He thinks he's a dictator, man. He doesn't want to be president. This is the thing about Trump. It has nothing to do with enriching other people's lives. He wanted to be president for all of the wrong reasons. He doesn't care about you or me. You know what I mean? He doesn't care about being president to enrich other people's lives. If I could be president of the United States, I would probably only serve one term because I would probably collect so many political enemies. If I even survived my whole term, because I'd be the most realest president you've ever seen, and most likely I wouldn't even survive my entire term. But I would have gotten so much done, especially if I had a majority party. If my party was the majority party in Congress, I would have gotten so much done in such a short time, it would make your head spin. But I wouldn't have got reelected because I've made so many enemies that they would have demonized me and I would have been voted out. But I would have done something. He only wants to be president for the power and glory of it. He sees himself as King Donald I. Now, Friday, in a rally in Alabama, this guy told a group of people and was talking about, NFL players, according to Colin Kaepernick, he was saying that he would think that there should be an NFL owner who should take a stand and fire one of these players. He said, quote, "Wouldn't you love to see one of these NFL owners, when somebody disrespects our flag, to say, 'Get that son of a bitch off the field right now. He is fired.'" And, I listened to the interview and I look at several articles about it, and it just validates every, earlier suspicion I had in theory, but now I know these things to be true. He was there to support an establishment Republican candidate, and Trump supporters were more interested in cheering for Trump than they were for supporting a figure who would be more directly associated and have more effect on their lives. The typical Messiah mindset of most of these dimbats. When one of them were asked about the establishment pick, he was saying, I think he said something about the guy sucking. He sucks. Do you really want somebody who I don't want someone who's that ignorant voting. He shouldn't have the same equal voting power I do or you do. He's a fucking imbecile. I'm not saying all Trump supporters are dumb. They're not. But a lot of these guys are fucking imbeciles. And I really can't believe that so many millions of people were bought in by this bozo. But he's exposing himself more and more, and no pun intended. But the thing about it is, there are a lot of people listening to me right now who last year would have been all over my comment section talking shit to me, right? But what's going on, I'll get some thumbs down, but they don't really have much to say because deep down in their hearts, they know that I was right. I wasn't right about the election as far as who's going to win, but I was right about this guy. They're seeing more and more that he's not up to the job. People who are subordinates of this man, you can see it. A picture is worth 1,000 words. Trump has no idea what the hell he's doing. I don't know about him having dementia. There's just a theory that he has dementia. No, he doesn't have dementia. He's a fucking moron. And there's so many different things I can just say, that, I can just point to the obvious. It's interesting how he has such a problem with Colin Kaepernick, Stephen Curry, Jamel Hill, soon to be LeBron James, right? But he doesn't have a problem with Vladimir Putin, who has murdered, at my last count, about 250 journalists, right? And he doesn't have a problem with the white nationalists who showed their ass in Charlottesville about a month ago, and culminating in the killing of a young woman by a terrorist Nazi using his car as a weapon. He seems to be more irritated at these other people than the ones who have committed crimes on a much more egregious level. So, and you wonder why I call him a racist? You're telling me that because Colin Kaepernick, from what I last seen, Colin Kaepernick was a law-abiding citizen who chose to protest the killing of unarmed black citizens. See, the media will call these men suspects. They weren't suspected of shit. They weren't criminals. They were murdered. Murdered! God damn it! Murdered! By police officers. He could have fucking went total fucking militant, like some people, and did what that guy did down in Texas last year, those cops. But no, he sat down and did a peaceful protest, and then he compromised further and kneeled. And you can't handle that? You sons of bitches! Fuck you! And you talk about, firing people? Fuck you. We're going to fire your ass in 3 years. How about that, you fucking flaming hot son of a bitch? Keep talking about some goddamn American flag. Bullshit. It's not about the flag. Colin Kaepernick did what he did in protest of people getting killed in this country, mostly primarily African American men, by police officers murdered. And he was protesting the national anthem, which is a racist song. But you guys deflected about the flag. But you don't have no problems, none, with people flying the Confederate flag. Because if I'm not mistaken, didn't history class teach us that the Confederacy was trying to topple the American Republic? Shouldn't that flag anger you more than something that a black man who was protesting a crime, shouldn't that be more important to you and more dangerous to you? No, because it's all about race. Well, here's shit. It's bullshit. You might can fool these sheeple, but you won't fool my ass. And you won't fucking silence me. You gotta put a bullet in my fucking head, you sons of bitches. The powers to be firing me, motherfucker. Fuck you. You won't shut this black man up until you fucking come and shut me up. Suck my dick.